if the people discovered what the Creeper was, why would that even trigger the Creeper in getting upset? Because at the end of Jeepers Creepers 3, as I said, there's a build-up towards the 4th movie, and there's a massive build-up in trying to further explain, like, okay, the people know. And even though he slaughtered, like, half the people in the fucking town, because everyone that was attempting to come after him, yo, he took them down left and right. But the thing was, like, the movie failed to execute you seeing him feast on people, you seeing him, like, have, like, any sort of motive. All he was doing, I get it, he was trying to feast, because that's one of his primary goals. But the movie failed to explain what he is, where he comes from, and what his weakness is. And the detective was like, oh yeah, he's ancient and he has a weakness, but like in the film, they failed to even explain what it was. And even a Gatling gun, a giant rail gun that was mounted on a fucking truck, that failed to stop him too. Like, and this dude was laying it on him, and these bullets are like the size of like your head, and that Creeper just took it. He took it.
Wasn't it?
They're probably building up for part 4.
Wasn't it implied in the second movie that if what's his name kept stabbing him and it didn't go into its hibernation cycle, that it would have killed it? Wasn't that implied?
Well, it was no definitive explanation, because in the second film, when they kept stabbing him, they stabbed him everywhere, like wherever you would consider his heart to be, his liver. I mean, clearly,
because at the end the dude had that harpoon. And
he was ready. But if you look at the Creeper's body, there was like markings everywhere. Like he took a lot of stabs, but for some weird reason, they never even touched up on his hibernation. It's like, how come you can't dismember him or do whatever even after he's hibernated? Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the second film and the end of the third film are gonna lead into the fourth film, having to have the father, the son, and even the sister Trish, who are gonna all come after the Creeper now, because now they know what it is, now they know what his weakness is, and now they further understand like what they need to do to come after him. But like at the same time, if the Creeper task force in the third film weren't able to do shit, and these were people strapped with like M16s and shotguns and shit, what makes you think like they're gonna have any sort of effect like in the upcoming film? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The fucking dude from the second movie should have just, when it was hanging on the wall, just took a stick of dynamite and shoved it up its ass. That would have solved their issue.
Well, what were you gonna say, Scale?
I think that he might be actually a demon.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a special ritual to kill him.
Yeah, but like what? Like how would you even like? What would you need to do to put him down then? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe to have many people related to the people that he killed, and maybe offer them to him under some kind of circumstances, like something that would assure its death. Like if they poisoned themselves and he was caught with the poison, or maybe something
like a sacrament, like just handing over like a sacrifice to him.
Yeah, like a sacrifice. Like there would be sacrifice of sheep to him.
I think a good way they could do it, and this may, I don't know if this would be a disappointment or not, but more or less they find out that the Creeper is just, he was originally a normal dude, right? Like, and through some means he became what he was. So they have to somehow find, more or less, the only people that can kill him are those blood related to it.
Yeah, but that's impossible, because how are you supposed to be related to something that's been like, you know, that predates history itself? It's like thousands of years old. Like, who in the world could you possibly find to be related to this thing? And on top of that, if you're saying it was once a human, right? Then what kind of a fucking human becomes this? It like turns himself into this, like,
I don't know,
regeneration abilities, and the ability of flight, the ability of superhuman fucking speed, the ability to smell someone's fear. Like that's kind of like,
man.
You know, that's kind of serious, bro. Like, I can smell your fear. Like, what? What kind of ritual am I gonna have to go through to get that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking deal with the devil. It's simple as that, I guess.
Yeah, but that'll be way too cliche. I mean,
what else could they do that wouldn't be cliche? It's an alien. That'd be a letdown. Deal with the devil. That would be a letdown.
Wait. So why would you say an alien would be a letdown?
Because it's just too obvious. Oh, this thing feeds on humans. It can regenerate. It's an alien. Oh no, we're gonna find its spaceship. Be a letdown.
Okay, so you're saying that's a letdown. What you just said, making a deal with the devil is a letdown too. Why?
I don't know. It's just that, like you said, it's cliche. Really,
Could be a
there's
mutant.
But how a mutant of what though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
could be
that-
have been affected by something like a supernova or
A
something like that.
supernova?
he
Extreme
means like a
radiation.
fucking big bomb.
Something
I was gonna
that
say.
that would be an extreme mutation.
But that causes you to smell fear and regenerate your body parts. Like, remember in the second film? In the second film, he got decapitated, bro. In the second film, he was decapitated, and he still lived. His body was still mobile even without its head.
Well, maybe he's like Cell.
And then he grew up like
every
Cell, and
every
he grew up
cell
back.
of his has a life of his own.
Maybe the only way to
So how the fuck did he kill it then?
Maybe it's not about killing. Maybe it's just about stopping it, like making it so it can't move.
Yo,
Cutting
fucking.
off its arms
Yo,
and legs.
they're gonna use the Mafuba to seal him away. That'd be the best.
I know how they can stop them. They just have to call Jiren, bro.
Yeah, just one shot him. Nah, I mean, like,
Then
I
it
don't know.
rips
Like,
off Jiren's head.
now that I brought up Mafuba, I'm guessing like seal him away or something, bro. I mean, you can't obviously fucking kill it. So it's like, if you can't kill
Exactly.
something, what the hell do you do?
Make it immobile. Cut
Well,
off its arms
there are
and
two
legs
ways
somehow.
that you can. There are two ways that you can defeat something that you cannot kill. You can either trap it, like in the core of the earth or something like that, or banish into space.
Or make it so it can't move anymore.
Yeah, but how are you gonna
You
make
gotta
it
get
not
a
move?
boss, right?
Cut
Yeah,
off
put
its
him in the
arms
box.
and legs and wings.
But how are you supposed to go anywhere near it though? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that thing is mobile at all
Well,
times.
we've seen already that although you can't kill it, you can incapacitate it for at least a minute or two. We seen him do it with that fucking huge spear gun in the second movie. Even when he was just getting
Kinda like
run
at the
over,
beginning
he
of
was still
Resurrection.
flopping around on the ground for a minute or two before it got back up and like flew away.
Right. Wait, you mean the first film?
Kind of like Resurrection F.
Well, in the
So
first
where
film,
they
like
go-
they ran that motherfucker over like 75 times.
Yeah, it didn't kill it, but he was still incapacitated for a minute or two, to where he couldn't really do much in that time period where he was incapacitated. That's what I'm saying. You could cripple it when it's in that incapacitated state by doing something to it.
But then in this movie, fucking, you get to see that this thing has abilities to call upon weapons whenever it wants from its own truck. Like he tapped the door opened, he stuck his hand out, and the spear came right towards his hand. I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, I get it. Like in the second film, like we saw like the blade and stuff and how everything like operated through him.
Weapon.
But it's like, are you telling me now, like, you know, fucking this guy can call upon weapons and they're gonna easily come to his like, you know, like what? You know what I'm saying?
He could be a mash, actually. He could be an alien, a demon, and a mutant all in the same time.
That's
You know
just,
what I want?
that's
I want the
crazy.
origin of his truck. I want to know where that truck came from.
Yo, me too, because in this movie, like, they kept stressing it like that, and fucking they shot the truck multiple times and the bullets ricocheted back onto the people. Even the
Take a
tires.
spin up.
Even the tire. Yo, the sheriff shot the tire and the fucking bullet hit the car. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then, yo, this kid and his friend, they used that railgun, that giant minigun, and they shot that truck up. And every bullet that hit that freaking truck, and mind you, this is a railgun, bullets the size of like bagels. Those things hit the truck and they ricocheted back out.
You need a rotary gun.
Whatever it is, bro, like a giant fucking Resident Evil like nemesis.
If-
gun, bro.
I guess I
If
know
those,
what
if
that
those
truck
dudes hit
is.
that truck with a railgun, I don't care what enchantment's on it. If it got hit with a railgun, that creeper would be dead.
Yo, you don't understand. They shot that thing, bro, and that thing did not get scratched in the least. The bullets went back at the people.
A railgun
I guess I
fucking...
solved the mystery then.
It's like
It makes whatever it hits implode. It ignites the air around it when it's fired.
whatever it is, man. They shot the damn truck with like multiple big ass bullets, and it did nothing. Like not even a scratch. Instead, the
So
bullets just
basically-
ricocheted.
So basically, the truck pulled a metapod and hardened.
Yo, yeah, it did. Not even the tires, like the softest part of a freaking truck, bro. Not even the tires, man.
I would say the
We're gonna
glass
need
is
to call the
softer than
meteors.
the
Well,
tires.
no, fuck the glass, bro. The glass wasn't shit. I mean, they were like, all right, let's shoot the tires. Nothing. It bounced off the tires, bro. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you fucking shitting me? But they didn't even imply as to what that was. If anything,
Sounds
you
like
were,
a shitty movie.
you were left with more questions than answers by the end of this movie.
Dude, I'm really starting to think after what I said about the whole fucking relative thing that shit's gonna happen. Because it follows what happened in another horror franchise called Hatchet. More or less, the only way to kill the big baddie of the movie was to get the ashes of somebody he was related to, and more or less just bring that person back to him.
Oh no. Oh
and
no.
have them kill it.
Stop. No, no. No.
Well, it doesn't have to be ashes, but you get my point.
It's like, but that shit predates, man. History itself. It's like, what could you possibly do to search up?
Even actually, did it just say ancient or literally predates history?
No, it's ancient because the guy was like, this thing is thousands of years old.
Well,
So
ancient humans. There's such a thing as ancient humans.
yeah, but then you're saying find somebody related to it or something that's relatable.
I'm not saying it'd be smart. I'm not saying it'd be a good idea. I'm just saying.
Because like, yeah, first of all, you're gonna have to
about
gather. You're gonna have to gather some sort of like DNA evidence to trace its fucking blood or whatever, like to anybody on Earth.
Don't
Like
they have its fucking hand?
if it even has blood, because when they shot this dude in the film, there was nothing but ash that came out of him, like smoke, like black dust. I was like, what the hell?
Maybe he was born out of a volcano. Maybe
Nah,
something
dude,
like
nah, this thing is, man, hell no. This thing is. Well, that was really
kill it
upset
with
me. Like
the
if they
Dragon
were
Balls.
if they were to tell people, hey, it's a demon or it's an alien or whatever, it would have made more sense because it's like, okay, in the next film, how do we fight off a demon or how do we fight off this and that? But in this film, all they really said was, this thing has been around for thousands of years and it feasts and it feeds and it consumes and all this shit. And I'm like, what's your point? How do we kill it? What the fuck?
Ends up being a potato chip from space.
A potato chip from fucking space.
Potato chip from the Omniverse.
But I don't know, Danny. I just feel like, I don't know. Like I really hope the fourth film solves the mystery, because if
wasn't this film fucking marketed on the idea? Oh, we're gonna know what he is and what his weakness is.
No, not really. It was stressing on the idea that it was a prequel that happens in between the first two films.